welcome back to another video here on Commando Gaming. Today we are going to be doing a new game. It's not really new to me. I have tried to do videos on this before, but we did have some technical difficulties. But now that we have a new computer to record, we are going to try this again. It just kept freezing. Now, I do play this game quite a bit. I do have some games, just messing around. The farthest I've gotten was 14 missions played. Not that far into the campaign. Most of the missions are repetitive. And just to learn some basics of the games, like controls, get used to them. The abilities that you can get, the abilities that you have available to you. So I'm just going to do new game. I would do skip tutorial, but with that, I'm just going to replace you. I'm going to overwrite that save. "1942. Air gunner training exercise somewhere over the North Sea." Okay, this comes up a lot right here, so I'm not going to be reading everything because most of the time I'm going to be focusing on everything else. So I'm not going to read everything that pops up. I might read some stuff like zoom with the camera just to do this. This is another really good one. Okay. Right click to move the camera. You can also use arrow keys in WASD. WASD zooms you in. Space enters targeting mode. Now I'm going to zoom back into my normal zone. Targeting mode, you hover within the circle, it tags targets. Your gunners cannot attack anything, whether it be an enemy fighter or targets like this. It cannot attack anything unless it is tagged. So always remember to tag anything that comes up. I'm also going to tag you. It's everything. Now, as you see, this gunner cannot shoot above us. You'd have to move him. Usually you have 3 gunners. The bomber to take care of the front gun, and you also have 2 other gunners to take on the other gunners. But if you don't, you have to move your gunner around so they can attack different targets. Not something you want to do when being shot at, though. So always make sure your crew is at full capacity. If you do lose a person, try and put someone not as important. You do get an engineer, so I usually train my engineer as a gunner just to do those important jobs in case someone gets taken out. So tag the navigation marker. Okay, so during this tutorial, I'm just going to be explaining everything. Oh, enemy fighters in the area. Gotta go. The role of everybody. This is the radar. When it sweeps over enemies, it will ping them like that, and it will kind of tell you where they are, and then you can tag them. Remember, they only blink like that when the little radar bar goes over them. So you're not always going to know where they are. Some more guys. Where'd they go? Okay. There they are. You can hear the gunner shooting. There he goes, another. More over here. So as I was saying, each crew member holds a vital role. Your pilot, which of course is probably most people would say that haven't played this game say that the pilot is like more important than anybody. You should sacrifice everybody else before you sacrifice the pilot, but no. Like right here, navigate, pilot, that's who steers the plane. You also have gunners to protect the plane. equally as important. You also have the radio operator, which mans the sonar and eventually is able to call for backup. You have the navigational person. Without that navigational person, you won't get these little markers here. And then you also have the bomber, which again controls the bombs. They're the only person that can use abilities for like little extra perks for it, like higher altitude photographs and stuff. And then you have the engineer. The engineer is probably about as crucial as the gunners and the pilot, because the engineer's seat right here, the engineer seat connects to fire extinguishers in the engines, and that's how you put out engine fires. And if you don't have that, you have to go to a higher altitude and then use emergency dive, which is the first one you upgrade or unlock you get for the pilot. And that's super unreliable because sometimes it does put them out and sometimes it doesn't. You also got to worry about ammo. It's infinite ammo for this. But these guys do run out of ammo. You got to remember that. But the engineer also manages fuel and repair systems. Electric system, if that goes down, no radar. Oxygen system, you can't go too high or your people will start dying. And hydraulic system. That is very important. Without the hydraulics, you can't open the bomb bay doors. You can't even lower a landing gear, or your turrets cannot move. So without that, you are completely defenseless. You can't even land. So overall, very important. Also, some of the engines might get disabled. If they get disabled, you have to use the engineer to crawl out onto the wing to repair it. Just gonna go through all this. Yeah, I get it. Okay, and they also get XP, and that's by leveling up their skills. That's how they unlock their special abilities. So this is the little military base, Woodbridge. And then it also gives you some basic stats. Missions flown, enemy fighters destroyed, miles, targets, bombers, lost, crew lost, all that stuff. So crew gear, and then there's also recruit. So this is where you go if you're missing people on your crew. So we need another gunner, a bomber, and an engineer. Okay, who's the highest? Okay, you're all level 1. Armor, okay, pretty good stuff. No. You're the best. Armor means that's how many, and depends on how many shots they can take before they die, because crew members can die if they get shot too much. So the better armor, the better survival. Good speed too. An engineer should always have speed. Thermal, which means they can survive at higher altitudes. Oxygen, which doesn't really matter unless you're flying really, really high. And survival chances. So say you had to bail out or you crash and some people survive. These, if you crash over land right now, this guy has a better chance of being found on land than the other two. No chance of sea rescue though. So it's 50-50. Well, actually, it's not 50-50. It's way stacked against you. So, gonna recruit you. Okay. First thing you want to do is highest level. Because the higher the level, the better the pilot. And the better it is. Okay, they're all the same level, of course. Armor 2, speed 100, no survival skills or anything else. No armor. You got some survival skills. I will get armor though, so you're hired. Now for the bomber. 1, 1, 1. Okay. Armor 0. Okay, so they all have no armor. Let's see. Speed. Literally, everything is different except for this one that has 0.02 seconds of oxygen. amateur magician is actually better than an electrician. Why didn't you? You're an electrician. Why didn't you petition for an engineer and a surgeon? Why is a surgeon flying a plane? Or not even flying a plane, bombing a bomber. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna go with you. Crew is full, nobody to recruit. Crew gear. So, full presets. Starter flight set. Flight suit. Basically stuff to help you. Do these cost the same? Huh, I always thought that they were better for some reason. Okay, you've got nothing. I'm just gonna equip the starter flight set to all of you. Just so we can get this going. Now to the aircraft. In this way, space, you can name your plane. You can also go into livery and waste text, which allows you to basically brandish a name. All paint jobs are free. Ooh, I like this one. So, anything in the livery section is free, so it doesn't really matter what you get. No, I don't have any customs. Let's do Runner Duck. Oh, Curve Digital and Runner Duck are the main people in development of this game. Flames, that's pretty good. Flying Tiger, I like that. Wing Art, Pumpkin Spice, it's the only one we got, so might as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that blank. Gun turrets. Ventral turret. You don't start off with one, but I wouldn't recommend getting it right off the bat. It is expensive, and you don't really need it right at the beginning. So, really what I would use, first thing I'd upgrade is the mid-upper, because that one can fire all 360 degrees around and right above you. And then next up would be the tail, because normally you're not going head-on at fighters. And then the nose. But I would recommend getting one, if you unlock an ammo feed turret, which there are in this game, ammo feed turrets, so they don't have to go back and pick up ammunition all the way, like right where the mid-upper turret is, like right here. You can kind of see it right there. They don't have to walk all the way back there. And since it's a gunner, they're going to be heavily armored, which makes them slow. So you don't want them to waste probably up to like 45 seconds to a minute going over there and getting ammo. So get ammo feed on the gun first. And then tail turret. You don't need it on the mid-upper turret, because as you see, it's right next to the ammo. So just go for the stronger weapon. And same thing with the ventral turret. Don't get ammo feed. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of weight. And for other stuff, we got equipment. Systems. So radar. This one will be faster because it's a better one. Sweep time, 7 seconds. Radar range, 3,000 meters. So I believe that all goes up. So does the weight. You also have to worry about weight. So maximum weight compared to the weight that you've got and the survival equipment. We've also got engine extinguishers, which are very important if you want to stay flying, because they can catch fire, and they catch fire. I mean, it's very difficult. I've actually flown one mission. I had like Mark III extinguishers. Out of nowhere, 3 of my 4 engines were on fire. And 2 of them actually shut down. So that shows you, if you leave them burning for too long, they will shut down and you will go down with them. So you want these. Now, basically, the only difference, some people would think with like Mark I extinguishers, 2, 3, I don't know how many there are. I think there's 4, up to Mark IV. They think that it extinguishes fires faster. From what I've seen, they don't. Don't like upgrade a Mark II because you think it's going to be much faster. The only difference is the higher the number, the more uses they have, which in its own very useful. But other than that, don't get them. Don't get like you're at like a Mark I and then you unlock like a Mark IV and you haven't changed, you see it's like $5,000 to get it, and it's like 200 pounds, and you think it's gonna like put out fires instantly. Don't do it. Get a Mark II. A lot cheaper and a lot lighter. Now for equipment, you got these things. For rear, I always like to have a medical slot in the back. And then for the mid-rear, I usually put a parachute here. Or, no, that's the mid-front. I put a parachute. But I will actually get a parachute here. Fire extinguisher. Med pack. Because you always, probably if you are going to go down and you don't have enough parachutes for everybody, get that radio operator out of there. Or your pilot, whichever one is you like better. Because that radio operator is very good at high levels. And then you also got ones in the front, of course. And then fuselage, you can get armored fuselages, lightweight. Really the only difference is lightweight, it allows you to, it basically halves the weight, more than halves it, so you can put more stuff on here. But it does make, basically, you've seen the Battletech videos, right? It basically makes it trebuchet armor. So, not much. And the armored fuselage, it makes it about basically the Atlas armor in terms of planes. Pretty good. For survival, you get the little homing pigeon. Can't really see it till I unlock it. And then this is the briefing area. The briefing area is where you pick which missions. There are also fighter aces. You will encounter them. They have a lot more health than regular fighters. They do hurt. They hurt a lot more than one regular fighter. Luckily, they do only come as one. It's not like a squadron of them. But the good thing is you actually get a reward for shooting them down. Like the first one, Felix Vetter, $3,000 or 3,000 pounds. That's enough to buy probably a Mark II turret. That's a lot. Same thing, $4,000. That's definitely a lot. Now first, you got these. Short duration, low risk. If it's green, it's basically easy. Medium is blue, and then hard is red. Don't go to hard unless you are prepared and ready. They are difficult. Trust me, I made that mistake like 7 times. Have you seen the memorial wall? There is actually a memorial wall, yeah. Most of that was because I went onto a hard mission without even being ready. So this is just a bombing run practice. Shouldn't be any enemies. So this is basically the standard stuff. Gunner here takes back, top, front. Bomber always takes the front. So this is basically the standard order. I get it. Select the pilot. Take off and everything. But before you do that, you want to just make sure everybody's full. So just for the quick button on keyboard, it's just R. There's also F to send them to the medical bed. And if you don't have a pilot, just press P and they'll go to the piloting seat. But you can also lock your pilot into here so you cannot accidentally take them off the pilot seat. So I'm just gonna set that up. And don't worry about this, because your fuel doesn't actually start counting down until you're up in the air. Like, look. And also, always raise the gear. Because if you see that little wind stuff, same thing with the doors open, it actually increases your fuel drain. It actually makes your fuel go down faster. And if you run out of fuel, you're done. So select the bomber, put him in the seat. No, not gonna open the doors just yet, gonna just select all. It does make you faster if you just drop all the bombs. So if you've just finished a mission and you got a lot of guys on you, drop any bomb you have left. It does make you faster. I like that little whistle. I'm just gonna take that one and close that. Okay, okay, so that. Okay. Here we go. It's a photograph area. This is the take photo thing. Same thing. Use the aim sights to get a good photo. Target it. Wait, what happened? Oh, they dived. Come on. Gotta keep looking. There's one. Oh, no, don't want to take. Don't want to deselect you. No, I keep hitting right click. And so yeah, I always just, you can get like a secondary job for these guys. For the gunners, for these two gunners, I always make them medics so they can heal each other and they heal themselves faster. Also, I don't really know what to make the pilot. Make the secondary job for the engineer a gunner, so when your bomber's in the bombing thing, you can always have your engineer and the gunner. And also make the bomber secondary as a gunner as well, so they can also use the abilities. And these guys doesn't really matter because they really can't leave their seat. Without this, no radar. Without this, no navigation. Half our fuel is remaining. Oh, look. See? Hydraulic system is broken down. Cannot drop this stuff. Turrets can't move. So you gotta take the engineer and left click. Left click to move these guys. Don't right click. Right clicking just deselects them. And he will start to get to work on it. So yeah, this is the most vulnerable you can ever be. Turrets can't move, can't land. Same thing with electricity. It doesn't matter if your turrets can move if you can't spot anything to target. If you can't spot anything to mark. Put you back in your seat. Lower gear. How's our fuel at? We still got enough. You can also transfer fuel because the fuel tanks can leak in your wings. So you're gonna have to like do this to like balance out everything. Because it does actually make you. Actually, I don't know. I've actually been wanting to test this, but I don't know. Like if you need to make a hard left turn, putting all of your fuel into your left tank will make you turn better. I don't know, because it would make you heavier on that side, which would make you unbalanced. But it would also make it easier to turn, because you got more momentum. And also, I don't know how this works. There's like a pump going like through this. Oh, that's probably what this is. This little bridge is. Okay. Crew stats. Everybody returned. No one leveled up. And we didn't unlock anything. So just gonna go right back to briefing because you didn't unlock anything. Now we got 3 missions. The TDD The TODT battery ammo dumps. Enemy damage down for the next 2 missions. That's a pretty good one. And then you got the motor factory. And you also have a search and rescue. This one, pretty good. Here, I'll actually show you. I actually have learned some tips on this thing. Okay. So pretty much just standard travel stuff. So standard 9 for the gunners, standard Mark 1 303s, I think. That's what these are. 900 round mags, and they have 3 mags to start out with. And they go through ammo pretty quickly. I don't understand how this one's not, like, dragging us behind. Oh, hold on, I just noticed. It's like engine exhaust. Like, you can just barely see it, but there's engine exhaust coming off the engines. That's a nice attention to detail. Now, there is a trick. This game does expect you to drop your supplies as quick as possible, but you also have to stay around. You can't leave and go back to base until you've taken out all the enemies. But, so, what I just do, I just fly around and take out the enemies first, so I'm not getting shot at when I'm making a drop. This also leaves all my turrets manned and being operated at the same time. Just making a turn here. That was an overturn. Yeah, see, clear area of enemies. So you just gotta wait for them to show up. I will start a run just so I'm in line with it. And where are you? There they are. Notice how all the turrets kind of turn? There they go. There's one down already. Okay, where's the other ones? It won't actually tell you. Oh, they're behind us, aren't they? Okay, there they are. There they are. Only we're close enough to start shooting at. Oh, here they come. And they missed for the most part. Did you get hit? Oh, you did. I'm just gonna send you for a quick heal. And the rest of the fighters. Oh, there they are. There they are. Everybody reload. And they come for another run. Take them down, take them down. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, yeah, see, and they're getting shot. Can't really do much. Need them on there. Oh, optional recon area. Holy cow. Yeah, I guess that engine's dead. I don't have a way to put that out. Yeah, as you see, those things do go up in flame. We're just gonna have to take the photo. Yeah, see, there goes the engine. Bye-bye. Boom? No boom? Get ready. Photo. Where are these guys? Like, anyone not shooting at us? Back here. Oh, guys behind us. There they are. Go and heal. Yeah, that can happen to all your engines, so, I kinda wanna abort, but I think all the enemies are gone. So I will actually put you into the bomb. Just in case I'm putting you onto the gun, because there's not really much you can do. Getting ready for bomb run. Well, not bombing run, supply drop. Come on, open in time. There they go. Oh, there goes electricity. You're good, so I'm gonna actually, since you're pretty much useless right now, I'm just gonna put you to heal. What's the, oh, no one's on the fuel. After this, we're the only one that actually has a little bit of health lost. Not what I can say for the plane, though. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of realism. Bullet holes, missing engine. There's the power back. Go back and heal. London ahead. There is actually a control time, but I'm not going to use it because it does. You do actually get a bonus for not using it. Go check the fuel. 10 minutes left. We're fine. Yep, there's the landing bay, runway. Yay. Oh, we're burning through fuel quick. Hydraulics just broke. Actually, it was fine because the wheels were already down. I like how we just land at that kind of speed. And, like, wait, we stopped. Did anyone else see that? We were, like, pulling off the runway. Here we go. $4 grand right there. Emergency dive. There. That's what we needed. And boost. I don't really like to use the boost much. Gets a boost of speed by using a richer fuel mix. But it does take more stuff. Or more fuel. That's what I was looking for. Now let's see what I unlocked for you guys. Flight suit. Basic all-in. Basic black. Why do I have to pay $10 for that? It doesn't do anything. Why do you have winter stuff? Oh, wool gloves. That's pretty good. Oh, what is that dog doing? Livery, base paint, olive drab. Oh, that's not bad. Now, not really much we can do, just equipment, one slot, fire extinguisher. Rear will also keep you as a medkit. But no. Is there anything else I can do? No. Oh, armored fuselages. How much? 500? Yeah, I can get quite a bit. Front. Mid. Main rear. Tail. And wings. Fully armored. Anyway, that's going to end this video. I'm going to try and keep the videos for Bomber Crew short. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Gave quite a few tips there for anyone needing advice on the game or just conversation. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn notifications on so you get notified when you upload a new video. And we'll see you guys next time.